Hi everyone, Anthony Cummins here. I hope you're well. So today we are going to be talking about Jonin Chenin genin. Okay, so I'm going to be putting a picture up at the side of me to go through these, but we are actually in this book today, which is Ninja Skills, the Authentic Ninja Training Manual by me, Anthony Cummins, and we are on lesson 18, page 41. There you go. Okay, so Jo-chu-ge, okay, is a standard Japanese way of saying high level, mid level, low level, or upper, middle, low. Jodan, Chudan, Gedan. You all know that one, but it's also like for awards or levels of fighting or anything. So it's a very, very standard Japanese idea. Jo-chu-ge, okay? Upper, middle, lower. There you are. Now, there is this myth, and it is totally a myth in the ninja world, that the Jonin, the nin here means ninja, so Jonin, or Jo no Shinobi, or Jozu no Shinobi. So basically, we'll just go with Jonin Chenin genin. Originally, how it was said is debatable, whether it was Jo no Shinobi, Chu no Shinobi, Ge no Shinobi, or another particle put in there. Japanese grammar is quite difficult, especially when you're talking about the old days. So, but for this video, I'll just say Jonin Chenin genin. So, it's upper, middle level, Shinobi, Shinobi, Shinobi. Upper Shinobi, middle Shinobi, lower Shinobi. Okay, so that's where we're at on that. So, but what does this mean? Now, there is a myth, the myth in the ninja world, that the Jonin uses a Chunin to hire a genin. Now, this is the myth. It's been going around for about 40 years, 50 years, something like that. Oh, God, it's 2020, isn't it? Probably longer than that. But anyway, it's been going since the mid-20th century. And the idea is that the upper ninja contacts the middleman, the Chu ninja, and they get the Ge ninja operatives on the ground who are the specialists at infiltrating. And that way, the Jonin, the higher person, doesn't know who the lower person is, and the lower person doesn't know who the higher person is. This is a total lie. It's a total myth. It's totally made up. It's a total invention. It's a Japanese invention. It's a Japanese mistake. Now, I don't have the time to go through all my notes. Well, basically go with Japan and Yoshi and everyone and get you exactly who made this mistake. So from memory only, I think it's a gentleman called Okimori. And I think, if I remember rightly, he's the mayor of Iga. Again, this is from memory, so please forgive me if I'm wrong and do not quote it. But he's the mayor of Iga, and he published an article in a collection of Budo papers about Jonin Chenin genin, alongside things like Fuji Isui Sensei was actually Fujibayashi, and all those myths. A lot of them came from the Iga stirring pot at the time. So it's total rubbish. Now, what is Jonin Chenin genin then? Well, actually, we know that this comes from the Bansen Shukai. Now, it isn't only from the Bansen Shukai, but this system is definitely established from the Bansen Shukai, and Okimori himself must have got this from the Bansen Shukai, if it was him indeed. Or one of those, the Fujita Seikos, the Okimoris, the Yumio Nawas, all of those people. They got involved with this. So what does the Bansen Shukai, which is the Book of Ninja, actually say about this? Now, this was written in 1676 by Fujibayashi Yasutake, and he says that Jonin are specialized ninjas. They're the best of the best. They are absolutely mustard, amazing infiltrator spies, CIA agents, you know, MI5, MI6, Navy SEALs, SAS people, basically. They're Jonin. So whatever they do, they're the best at it. They're all-rounded, very good, high-level performers. Now, the reason that this is important that you clock here is that in the other version, the myth version, the legend version, the mistake version, they say the high-level performers are the genin, the low-level ninja, which is the person at this end of the chain of command. That's totally incorrect. The high-level ninjas are the Jonin, Jozu no Shinobi, the great guys. Chu Shinobi, so Chunin, are actually those of medium grade. They can do quite a lot of stuff. They're quite well trained. They're not crap, but they're not top level. But they're solid, very good working agents who do their job very well and can be used, as needed. Then at the lower end is genin. Now, genin are those people who've been taught a few passwords. They've been told to go and do this, and they can do some very fundamental, basic, you know, not deep espionage. So they've got, like, for example, working in a bakery. Go work in this bakery. There's a pass. So I think they did it in World War II. So I think it was World War II. I'm sure that in France, somewhere in the Resistance, they baked certain types of bread, plat bread and this bread, and all the different bread had different meanings. And the way they displayed it in the window gave the messages back to someone else who was writing down the coded messages, so they could get it back to headquarters. This would be the same in the Japan. Again, he's someone that's got a basic job. He bakes bread. He's been given a passcode, and he's been told to look out for this, and he does. Genin, that's it. That's your low-level shinobi. Or someone who's told to go and watch and just look out and say if the enemy comes. Okay, Genin, he's a shinobi, but he's not very good. It's not that he's a terrible person. He might be a very good soldier. He might be a very good warrior, but he's not got high-level infiltration abilities. So, that's where Jonin Chenin genin come in. So, lower level are people with low-level skills. Mid-level are people with middle-level skills. High-level are people with high-level skills. The evidence for this comes from a reliable document in 1676, which debates this subject in depth and explains in depth what is actually there. If you want to know what it says, please look up Book of Ninja. It's the big yellow book, and get yourself a copy of this, Ninja Skills, the Authentic Ninja Training Manual by Moi, and get rid of the mythological version, the legend version, the mistake. Evidence for there being a hierarchy called Jonin Chenin genin, where one hires the other one. Evidence for that? Zero. A zero. Just came along in some books in the 20th century with no debate. Of course, is there a hierarchy in ninjutsu? Yes, there is, but that's a social hierarchy. Your captains are socially superior to the lower people. But the lower people are the infiltrator units, the good on-the-ground infiltrators. Shinobi are not massively high level, but they're still warriors. They're still samurai, or they're ashigaru, or they're thieves who've been hired and retained as samurai, or retained for a short period to do that work. But those lower level people are higher level in skill than the socially higher people who are lower in skill, but actually have a lot of, and they have a different role, which is military tactics and strategy, and using the pawns at their disposal. So the two cannot be matched. The two are opposite of each other, and they don't fit. One of them was created in the 20th century just because some random Japanese guy thought he'd talk about ninjas, and the other one is actually historical research. There you go. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. See you later.